what makes your tutorial videos different?
I think there are several factors that sort of contribute to the differentiation of the style of videos, tutorial videos that I create. So for one, my production process is very non-intrusive. I use natural lighting whenever I can, and I use minimal equipment. And I work with the energy and the flow of the instructor so that they are in control, not me. So this process allows you, the viewer, to be in the presence of an instructor and not just some guy on camera. It feels like you're a student when the instructor is relaxed, when they're engaged, when they're in their element, and when they're authentic. Another thing that I feel is different is that I move my camera the way humans move when they're being taught something. So particularly within the combat sports and martial arts world, our eyes focus and defocus based on cognitive priorities, right? So we literally zoom in and we focus with our eyes on the things that's being taught, right? That's what I do with my camera. My camera actually becomes you. I believe that it's super, super important to vary the speed and the intensity of tutorial videos. Oftentimes I have to ask these instructors to demonstrate things at unnaturally slow speeds, and this is for you to really maximize that learning potential in that moment. But it's also important for us to remain authentic, so we do show techniques in full speed also. And finally, and I think this is the most important thing, this is the most important differentiating factor between my tutorial videos and others, is that I am allowed, I'm encouraged to ask questions on the spot, that challenge and scrutinize what's being taught by the instructor.
But this is not a magic pill. This is not a complete compendium of all the answers that you're ever going to need to keep you safe in a lethal situation like this. These are some things some tools that you can go and you can drill, and then hopefully you build these into muscle memory that are going to later come out if, God forbid, the need be that you have to defend yourself in such a horrible situation.
And they get no warnings, and they get no rehearsals about this. This again allows them to become a true instructor.
Is that because of the nature of the knee on belly position? It allows you to do that very, very quickly?
Yeah, absolutely. Better than, say, a committed side control or scarf hold or a mount position where there's a lot more connection and there's more opportunity, there's more possibility that if I were to get up from one of those more committed positions, that I could trip, or he could snag me or pull me back down, or that it would take longer and he would have more opportunity to stab me on the way.
So let's recap. You have a camera that moves like a student, that sees and hears like a student, a camera that asks questions like a student. I try to create the best possible representation of an enthusiastic yet critical student. So under that context, it is of incredible importance for me to illustrate, demonstrate, and show the techniques, tactics, and philosophies of the instructor without bastardizing it or clouding it too much in the production process. It needs to be authentic and it needs to be sincere. And so another really interesting thing happens when you present an instructor with a really good representation of, quote, the perfect student. And what happens is that instructor reveals the best version of themselves. So guys, if you're a student of Jiu Jitsu, you must be compelled to study the entire art, the totality of the art. As Eli Knight suggests, which means you want to study the sport application, you want to learn about the philosophies, the origins, the artistic movements, but you should also learn, as part of its origin, the self-defense applications of Jiu Jitsu. Learning to defend yourself against a knife on the ground could be the very thing that saves your life. And Eli Knight takes that responsibility very, very seriously. And I want you to know that I do too. So if you're interested in seeing what the Bladed Grappler is all about, please check out funkermartialarts.com. It's right there on the front page. But if you do make the purchase, know that you will be making a contribution to the broader conversation of a knife in a ground grappling situation. Remember that this is only volume 1, and the more successful it becomes, it creates more opportunities for us to explore these very same concepts and go deeper into them. Perhaps with other instructors, perhaps with Eli again. But again, you will be contributing to the broader community. So I encourage you to check it out. Once again, it's funkermartialarts.com, The Bladed Grappler by Eli Knight, filmed, directed, and edited by me. So thank you for your support, guys. See you next time.